Okay, so can you see your slides?
Yes, I can.
And let me just, I want to pin your video. Let me get back
Okay,
to it, just so
fine.
it show up on the recording.
All right.
All right. And so when you're ready to move, just say next slide, please.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
So
Shall I
take it
put my
away.
timer on? Yes.
Yep.
On. All right. I start now. Let's go.
Okay. Yep.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you all tonight. And I'd like to say hi to all my colleagues and fellow educators. It's long time no see everyone, but it's a good opportunity to see all of you tonight. My talk today is very short, as Rob mentioned and Hannah, and I'm going to talk about the back to school teacher development plans after COVID-19. Let's move, Rob, to the first slide. I'll take you through a very short journey of my career as a teacher trainer or as a professional development a trainer. I was very fortunate to be with organizations that valued professional development. I've been involved in the field for a very long time, and I guess I started late 2006, early 2007, and that gave me access to many peers who were very willing or who willingly shared their knowledge and expertise and gave me more tools to help improve myself as a teacher trainer at that time. I was also fortunate to inspire and help teachers to improve their skills and in turn boost students' outcomes in the classrooms as well. I also learned that learning can take place in formal or informal settings. And I learned how to deliver highly effective PD sessions to teachers wherever I work or wherever I volunteer to work with NileTESOL, Relo Cairo, and so many other venues and platforms. Let's move on. Rob, the next slide. Yeah. Um, um, in that slide, I'm talking generally about professional development and being a principal of a school right now and a professional development coordinator. I've got two positions, one academic and one administrative, of course. When schools are looking to hire teachers, there are a few basic requirements, such as being college or such as having a college degree, experience with teaching kids or different age groups, and of course, patience as a trait or as a very distinctive trait of being a teacher. And in order for these teachers to be effective or to be effective teachers and facilitators in their field, they need a variety of professional development skills along with knowledge and the knowledge of their subject matter and experience, of course. As we all know that the cycle of professional development is non-stop, and we can start with learning and then mentoring those teachers, then giving them consultation on one-to-one basis or maybe on group basis. It depends on the setting and the venue you're working in. Then they need to practice and they study, and as a result of studying they improve. Then they need to reflect on their learning and teaching, and then they learn something new, and the cycle is non-stop. During that challenging time of COVID-19, I think that we need to take professional development to a different level. Of course, taking into consideration that we need to consider the 21st century skills of adaptation, communication, adaptability, consultation, and so on. In my position now, Rob, can we move to the next slide? In my position now, as I mentioned, when I was appointed the position in one of the international schools, I met the bunch of beautiful teachers and brilliant teachers I have, and I didn't know them, of course, before, so I wanted to get to know them academically. So I invited them to do demo lessons. At the beginning, they were a bit reluctant because they were not used to that. But I said, if I want to offer you a good service, then I need to know what you have, and then design my plan, or adapt and tailor my plan according to your needs. So they delivered their demo lessons. It was very short. I mean, 30-minute demo lesson for each teacher of different discipline. And through those demo lessons, I started to know their teaching strategies, teaching skills, what they have, what they need to have, what they know, what they need to know, what they have to know, what are the weaknesses and strengths of each. And through the reflections and feedback, I discovered that they are willing to learn more. And through my talks, and Rob, can we move to the next slide, please? As we get to know each other, and as we moved on and along, I asked them about their experience with the online classes during the COVID-19 that I would say erupted in March. They said that the experience was a bit challenging. It was very challenging, not a bit challenging, was very challenging. And for them, it was non-satisfactory due to the fact that they were thrown into Zoom without having any idea about what Zoom is, how they're going to deliver a lesson online. And through their talk, I discovered that they were trying to teach everything online, everything they can do online. Then I decided to get to know more from parents and the feedback. Can we move to the next slide, please, Rob? Through the collaborative meetings with teachers, the coordinators, and the supervisors, I discovered that the teachers did not get enough training, or did not get any training at all about how to deliver a lesson online, and what are the tools that they need in order to deliver this successfully. Also, the next slide, please. Also through checking teachers' parents' surveys and parents' feedback, even the parents were not satisfied with the experience at all. And I had at the back of my mind that those teachers need to be even more professionally prepared to face whatever could happen in the next few months if wave 2 happened for a reason or another. So I decided, in the next slide, I decided to think of from my findings were that teachers want an admin to attend and participate in the PD sessions. They needed a PD that is conducted by professionals with classroom experience, which I really have. Also, they needed their PD sessions to happen, and they can apply it right away in the face-to-face or the physical classroom, in addition to the online classroom. They need PDs that are relevant to students. They need PDs that are innovative and creative. They need professional development sessions that would make them better teachers. They need nothing theoretical, but they need something practical to help them. It also, they also mentioned that all they need is to collaborate and speak honestly, and they want their PDs to be relevant for a long time. That's why when I thought about modifying and adapting what they need, and relating what they need to my plan, I decided to start with the basic or the foundation plan, which is getting to know what Zoom is, how to maximize the use and manipulate the platform to the best. And I gave them training on how to use Zoom effectively and efficiently with their students in class. Can we move to the next slide, Rob? The next session, I decided to talk about how to flip a classroom and what is a flipped classroom, the advantages, the disadvantages, how to plan a flipped lesson, how to deliver a flipped lesson. And also I decided to, the third session, which is happening next week, how to use engaging online and online applications to help students to be interested in what they're doing, like the flip grid. In the next slide, please, Rob. The flip grid, the Powtoon. Flipgrid, Powtoon, how to manipulate gamification and how to use gamification online, especially with kids, because their main problem was that they were teaching early years, year 1 and year 2. So those kids have short concentration span, and at the same time, the teachers were not able to control or to have good classroom management skills. So I decided that in order to empower those teachers to face the challenges they had before, I need to arm them with knowledge and skills to face the next wave of COVID if we have to stay home. Thank you very much. That is the end of my talk.